Hey parents, listen up. What if we told you that what you let your kids watch on TV could actually determine how well they do in school?
How successful they are. And get this, how long they're even married. You don't believe us? Eileen Park has the research to back it up. She joins us with her latest special report. What did you learn here, Eileen?
Well, Jeff and Jennifer, I learned that our brain develops the most from when we're in our mother's womb until we turn 3 years old. So what we're exposed to during those years turns out could make all the difference.
This is Maverick, Hallie, and Holden Burke.
You want me to rip it out for you?
With 3 kids, all under the age of 6.
Come here, bud.
You can only imagine life in the Burke household is
Complete chaos.
And it was no small feat, getting this mother of 3 to have one moment of peace.
Hallie and Mav, please go upstairs and listen.
To give us an interview.
Hold on.
How do you keep the peace?
I honestly don't.
Katie Greenwald's story.
Stop.
All too familiar with parents around the country.
They're all vying for your attention. They're running around the house. When you need to get something done, what do you do in order to calm them down?
I usually that's when we have TV time.
The television can often be sacred for parents who finally get a moment to breathe when it's on. But researchers have this warning for parents.
And what we found was that the more television children watch before age 3, the more likely they were to actually have attentional problems at school age.
In this popular TED Talk, Dr. Dimitri Christakis says it's not exactly how much television a child watches that will impact their future. It's what they watch.
There's a big difference between watching an educational program like Sesame Street or a violent, aggressive, shoot-'em-up movie.
We traveled to Seattle to learn more about his research. Dr. Christakis discovered that a big chunk of kids' programming lately follows a fast-paced storyline with different images bombarding the screen every few seconds.
The more fast-paced media children are exposed to early in life, the shorter their attention spans are later.
In your research, have you come across any correlation between overstimulation and the increase of ADHD, for example?
We have found exactly that the more overstimulated children are early in life. And by overstimulated, I mean the kinds of stimulation that is unnatural.
He's not talking about the kind of stimulation that involves human-to-human interaction. That, actually, is very good for development.
Kids who have better executive function, better ability to focus as preschoolers have higher high school graduation rates, higher college graduation rates, longer marriages, lower risk of substance abuse.
These are the TV lounges here that the mice live in.
When testing mice, Dr. Christakis says the ones exposed to highly frenetic cartoons showed highly chaotic behavior.
When he did the whole thing with the mice and the thing and how it was going, like, I could see that in my 6-year-old. Like, when he watches things, he literally runs around like a crazy person. And when he watches mellow things, he's mellow.
Katie says she's always been very selective about what she lets her 3 children watch. She also makes it a point to play with them one-on-one. And take them on long walks outside. Things Dr. Christakis says are very beneficial to a child's development. But sometimes reality takes over.
There are days where I put an iPad in front of my kids because you have to sometimes.
Does it scare you how fast technology is moving?
Yes.
You can see what she's talking about almost immediately. Maverick, Hallie, and Holden were all unusually quiet, transfixed even, when she turned on the TV.
As someone who's studied this for a long time, are you worried about where the future is headed in terms of screen time?
Well, the future is here because we already know that kids are spending as much time on screen as they possibly can. We've hit the ceiling. There isn't enough time in the day for them to spend any more time on screens than they already are.
That's scary.
It is scary, and the advice I give to parents now, we used to say limit screen time to 1 to 2 hours a day, and now my advice to parents is make sure your child is unplugged at least 2 hours a day.
Just heard it there. Yeah. Unplugging is one of his strongest recommendations. But Dr. Christakis understands the reality. Not all programming is bad. In fact, some educational programming is very good for your children.
Yeah, and you have the kids there watching television, but a lot of times the kids are watching it right here. And then a lot of parents can't really see that sometimes. But when it's up there on the TV, you might say, I think I'm going to turn that off. It's getting a little too wild or something. When they're watching it here,
it's
you're
different.
not watching it. Yeah, it's different.
I used to watch Sharon Lois and Bram. Whatever happened to that? that.
Yeah, I used to
Whatever
watch
happened
Looney
to watching
Tunes.
Sesame
You know,
Street
yeah.
from 8 to 3.
Very enlightening.
Eileen, that was fascinating.
Yeah,
yeah, thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
that. And do you have a